Hello once more, and how are you keeping today? I want to speak on the 50th celebration of the student uprisings that happened on the 16th of June 1976. I was privileged enough to be invited to the J.K. Kana Secondary School 50th anniversary of the student uprisings of 1976. I really wish to thank the committee that actually put together the organization so that we can celebrate June 16 in style with the learners at the J. Kekana Secondary School in Mamelodi. My many thanks goes to the committee that includes Bontate Raymond Matlwa, Israel Moachi, Alec Squaila, and everyone else who was part of the organization. Not forgetting the principal of J.K. Kana Secondary School in Mamelodi, Mr. Songo. I really wish to thank you for affording me an opportunity to come and speak to learners about the the day in question, which is June 16, 1976. My experience has actually shown that it is important for us to celebrate and remember um, the sacrifices that were made by the class of 1976. They sacrificed a lot for us to be where we are today. And I concur with what has actually been proposed at the Remembrance Day, that the uniforms must be taken out of taverns and shebeens, and in an actual fact, remember those who laid their lives for us. In my interaction on a lighter note with my neighbor, we were saying that those wearing uniforms and going to taverns or shebeens in remembering June 76, um, people must produce qualifications or certificates to indicate and show progress, because the class of 76 would also want to understand what is basically happening and what has actually been the struggle about. But that is basically on a lighter note. But sharing the um, issues that really brought the June 1976, I wish to focus on the historical education crises, and that June 76 did not just happen where students woke up to revolt against the system. There was a build-up towards that particular day, and no one saw it coming. It must be noted that a lot has been happening in the black children's education. This dates back to, the mission schools era, where learners would revolt against food rationing or the menu itself, the sleeping arrangements in sleeping quarters, and that we had, schools that revolted again against the systems. That includes, the Health Town, Lovedale, and this was a build-up. And not forgetting that apartheid modeled the Bantu education system around the college that existed in Mamelodi in the 1940s. And this is where now um, gave the impetus to what we termed and has actually been the law of the land um, after the passing of the Bantu Education Act of 1953. So this was, building blocks leading towards 1976. And education was now a political football where the system would actually get to um, decide what type of education a black child should receive. So, in this particular regard, the breaking point happened in 1974 when now the system introduced Afrikaans as a medium of instruction. And this introduction was 1974, modeled 1975, leading now to the 76. And every subject was to be taught in Afrikaans. We talk history, we talk mathematics, we talk geography, all the subjects were now going to be taught in Afrikaans. And mind you, township schools had teachers that were not even trained on Afrikaans or well equipped in teaching in Afrikaans. So that was now the breaking point and where learners has actually drew the line to say we are not going to accept what is going to be brought to us or forced down our throats. So that is how the 16 June 1976 came about. And I wish to reiterate that June 16 should not be taken as a day of celebration where we go out and enjoy drinking and forgetting the sacrifices and what the struggle was about. But June 16 should remain as a day of remembrance to all of us. I really wish to thank you for tuning in and listening. Please do not forget that I have a channel on YouTube. It's all in one network with Obri Mohase. Please consider subscribing. Till the next one, bye bye.